guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Ngoc. In today's video I wanted to talk about breastfeeding and how I did it through like nursing school, working full-time, doing clinicals and all that. So if you guys are interested in that, then please be sure to stay tuned. If you guys are new to my channel, like I said, my name is Ngoc. I do videos in regards to nursing, being a nurse, motherhood, luxury, good, unboxings, reviews and all that. So if you guys are interested in those types of videos, then please be sure to subscribe and then like this video. All right, so as a lot of you guys know, if you followed me for a while, I have 4 boys. I breastfed all 4 boys. I'm still currently weaning off. This last one, he's just taking forever. I don't know, it's because he's my last baby. I'm trying to hold off on this breastfeeding stage or whatnot, but he's just taking a little bit longer than the other boys to wean off. But I did breastfeed all 4 boys. I also did do supplementation with formula, and I did have to. The second one actually was on formula a lot of his milk journey, whatever you call that. So yes, I just wanted to do this little video, just kind of talk about my experience, because I was breastfeeding during school, breastfeeding during nursing school, during work, during clinical and all that. So I just kind of wanted to give you guys a little smidget of how I dealt with all that stuff. So with my first one, I was working as a medical assistant. So after birth, I was able to kind of breastfeed. But during work, I went back to work, I want to say 4 or 5 weeks after I gave birth. So I was able to get a pump, and I actually got it through my insurance. I think the first time after coming home from birth, this breastfeeding thing was new to me. So, and then my firstborn, so the baby wasn't latching on as well, and I was producing a lot of milk. I was like really engorged. So my parents or my mom went out and got me like a little hand pump, breast pump, because we didn't get it. We didn't have the mechanical machine breast pump yet. So I was over there trying to like hand pump, and that is a hassle. So I don't recommend hand pumping if you guys are able to get a machine. So after we realized how hard and difficult that hand pump was, we went out and got a Medela breast pump, like literally within a couple of hours. It was expensive, but it was totally worth it. And then I actually was able to I was able to exchange or return or did something and got a refund back, because my insurance was able to send me one. So I was really thankful. And just to let you guys know, most insurance, if you guys have insurance, you can get a breast pump under the insurance and it should be covered. So check that out. Or if you will only have to pay a certain amount of money, it's not as expensive as if you were going to buy one right off the shelf. Sorry, you'll see my son's popping up in here, but yes. So after that, the baby was able to latch on. I got used to pumping on a schedule. So every 3 hours after breastfeeding him, I would pump my milk, and I produce a lot of milk. So I was able to, hold on. Okay, get out, let mommy film first, please. Alright guys, sorry, my children are gonna just pop in here, but anyway, so I forgot where I left off. So I kind of set up a routine. When I went back to work, they were really good with me breast pumping. I mean, we're all women. It was an all women office, so they understood we needed to pump and all that stuff. So I think I worked an 8-hour shift, so I was able to pump, I think it was about at least 2 or 3 times in the beginning after giving birth. So I would just, and for me, I literally needed only to pump about 10-15 minutes, and got 4 to 6 ounces on each breast. So I was producing a lot of milk, and I was able to store a lot of my milk and deep freeze it. So I only had to pump for a little bit. I know lots, everybody's different. Every lady, mom is going to produce a certain amount of milk. Some don't even produce at all. So it just all depends. But I don't know if I could give you like a secret hack or a secret thing that I did. I really didn't do much. I didn't take any extra supplements. I really didn't drink or eat a certain diet or anything. Like even with the Asian culture, my mom made me eat all this stuff, but I didn't really follow through with all of it. So I just continued on with my regular diet, which is nothing really good. This is the last boy right here that's not trying to wean off on his milk here. Sorry, he was just fussy with his brothers. So he's just gonna sit here with the video until he wants to leave, like that. And here's Grayson. So if you guys watch my videos from the beginning, you would have seen them just pop up in and out from the very beginning. So they're all just gonna be here. But yeah, so I was able to just pump and then put my milk in a bag. And I'm gonna put everything that I use, like all the types of bags and pumps that I use in the description box. So so I was able to pump my milk, save it, put it in the fridge, and then bring it home and just deep freeze it. And I always had the milk stored for the baby. So it was so by that, when I had my first baby, I wasn't in nursing school yet. I don't believe so. No, I wasn't in nursing school yet. So I was just working, and so I was just pumping, and then they, you know, in the doctor's office, you just had different rooms. I just went in a room and pumped, and then went back on with my work day. So they're very lenient. I mean, if you guys work, just talk to your manager or whatnot and let them know, hey, I'm gonna need some time to pump, and I'm pretty sure everyone will be okay with you pumping. Come to my second child, so they were back to back actually. So he was I was about maybe 6 months or something. I don't know. They're like 13 months apart. So with my second one, I also was going to breastfeed, and around at the 1 month visit, or when the baby was about 1 month, I started running a fever. So same thing, I was able to latch him on and then started my pumping routine. Once again, I think I signed up for the insurance to get another pump because I don't know what happened to my other pump. But my first pump, I don't know the whole detail about that. But I think I signed up for another pump through the insurance just so that I could have two just backup. I wasn't breastfeeding the other one by the time he was born, but so around the 1 month, I started spiking a fever like 102, 103, and I was like, oh no, what's going on? And at that point, I didn't know what mastitis was. So I started becoming it was really painful to breastfeed. Every time I was latching on, it was so sore. I would get sores on my breasts, or, you know, my nipples and all that stuff. And then when I began to pump, this one day I was pumping, it was really painful, so I was pumping more than actually feeding him. So I began to pump, and I noticed there was blood actually coming out of the milk, and literally like the bottle of like ice, what I was pumping into was blood, and I was like, okay, this is not good. And so I went to the doctor, we did a couple tests, they couldn't really find anything, they thought maybe it was like a cyst or something. So I did a couple tests, and nothing really came back. So they said, well, you're gonna have to, their final diagnosis was mastitis. So I ended up having mastitis. And usually, sometimes if you have mastitis, you're able to, once you kind of get the antibiotics, get it controlled, you're able to continue on breastfeeding. But at that point, I was really sick. I was still having the fever. My breasts were so sore and still bleeding and cracking. I wasn't able to like let the milk out as fast as I could. So I just decided to just cold turkey and stop my breast from producing milk. So I did like the whole cabbage leaves, stuck a lemon in, wore like tight bra. Let me tell you, mastitis was so painful. Alright, sorry, so I had to kick them out. But let me tell you, mastitis was like the most painful thing ever. Even now thinking about it, and it's been like 6 years, it was painful. Hi, Levi. So I ended up so when I was able to pump that 1 month or so, I was able to save enough milk for about 4 months or so for him to feed. And then after that, I started giving him formula, which I'm not opposed to formula, breastfeeding formula. I'm not against any of that. So whatever works for you. Some moms are not able to breastfeed, so they have to feed the baby formula. Some moms start to produce less as they go, so they have to go with formula. So I'm not opposed to anything. I give my babies formula. There's no judging around here, just as long as your baby is taken care of. Yeah, so he ended up getting formula fed, and then I was really nervous when I found out pregnant with the third one. I was like, oh my gosh, I hope I don't get mastitis, but he did well. So with my last 2 pregnancies, so the third and the fourth, I was able to breastfeed fine. Once again, I also went through the insurance to get a breast pump. I always chose a Medela pump just because it worked well for me. So I just went with Medela. I didn't try anything else, and it was the one that was covered. I didn't have to pay any extra. So went with Medela. And so with my third child, I was in nursing school. So I was, after birth, I don't know, I've probably told this story many times, but I actually went back to school like the week after I gave birth because I wasn't going to start over in nursing school. So I went back to work, I went back to school. So with school, they were very cooperative, you know, they were very nice and willing to work with me. So I was able to go step away from class for a little bit to pump. They just found like a room or an office for me, and I was able to pump there. And then just went back and just caught up with my notes. And then during clinical, I was able to, since it was in the hospital, I mean, nurses, there's lots of nurses and people in the hospital who are pregnant or who got pregnant, had to breastfeed. So they actually had lactation rooms, or like rooms that they blocked off for feeding. And thank goodness when I had that third child during nursing school, I was actually on OB rotation. So did you just pick your nose?
No. I just scratched my nose.
Okay, this is the third one. This is the Grayson, which, oh no, this is not the third. Oh my God, this is the second one that gave me mastitis. But yes, so with the third baby, I was actually on OB rotation, so there was a lactation room that I was able to pump in, so which worked great. So yes, so overall, I never had any trouble with anyone telling me, hey, you can't pump, or hey, blah blah blah. They were all very cooperative. I was able just to pump, save my milk in like an ice bag, and then bring it home and freeze it, or just put it in the fridge and have it ready for the baby. So overall, my breastfeeding experience was great. I didn't have any trouble except the mastitis, which I don't wish upon anyone. But it's hard just because I think I just produced a lot of milk, so it started just clogging up. I wasn't able to feed the baby as fast as my body wanted to feed the baby. And you know, with breastfeeding, it's pretty much supply and demand. So the more often you're feeding the child, the more you're going to produce milk. So if you're not pumping or feeding as much, or like your duration is longer, then you're not going to produce as much milk. Now, I mean, I am a nurse, but I'm not going to go out there and be like, I am a specialist in breastfeeding. So, okay, but I'm just telling you guys my experience. Yes, so I hope this video kind of gave you a little insight of like me, breastfeeding and how I was able to do it during nursing school and all that stuff. So the main key is just letting people know that you need to breastfeed, and everyone should be okay with it. I never had any problem with at the workplace environment, at the school environments, at clinical environment. Everybody was very nice about it. So I mean, they know a mother's got to feed their child, and breast milk is liquid gold. So but nothing's wrong with formula either. So but yeah, if you guys have any other questions or specific things you guys want to know, I can do like a follow-up video. I just wanted to kind of put this video out there, kind of just talking with these kids in here. But yeah, so let me know down below on the comments if you guys like the video. Please be sure to give it a like, subscribe to my channel if you guys want to see more videos, and I will see you guys next time.